The first race of the 2024 NASCAR season is officially in the books, but it wasn't exactly according to plan. We're going to break down everything, including Denny Hamlin's victory, and of course, is it his year? We're going to answer that. Plus, Daniel Suarez won the NASCAR Mexico Series, and it might be starting to rain. So don't go anywhere, because this is your LA Clash 2024 post-race edition of Shifting Gears.
High, push it, checker flag, hell yeah!
What's the caution for? Me?
Can I not push it in?
Stop anybody.
Oh, he's going! Way to go, boys! One hell of a job, man, one hell of a job. Thank you so much.
I am a very cold Alan Bailey, if you cannot tell. I am having a blast. It was a long day out here. I have stories, and we're going to get on into it. But before we do that, make sure that you mash that subscribe button so that you do not miss a video throughout the 2024 season. And of course, you can keep up with all things motorsports on arnrace.com for the latest motorsports news. ARN, the Motorsports Authority. It was a day. It was a day. Let me tell you, it was a day. I honestly thought we were going to be getting this race in on Tuesday. I was kind of preparing for that. I wasn't looking forward to it, but I was prepared for that. And then somehow it happened. We got it in. NASCAR made the right call. And honestly, awesome. Just awesome that they made this call. I know it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way because, I paid for Sunday and I can't be there on Saturday. And I get it, man. But it wasn't going to happen tomorrow. There's a torrential downpour that's literally about to start hitting any minute. And yes, it's kind of sort of sprinkling. It spit on me a minute ago, and now it's not raining so much, thank God. My camera equipment really appreciates that. But honestly, I think they made the right call. I really, really, really do. Because at the end of the day, do we want to cross our fingers and wait for the torrential downpour and then hold a race on Tuesday and hope everybody can come back on Tuesday? No. The likelihood of this happening on Saturday was a lot better than it happening on Tuesday. And I think that more people were here than there would have been on Tuesday. And for that alone, NASCAR made the right call. It's the first time ever NASCAR has moved an entire race up 24 hours due to weather. And by the way, the first time in NASCAR's history that they have held a free NASCAR Cup Series race. And they're doing it in Los Angeles. Just awesome. But I was here at the track when they made that call. I was actually in the fan zone. I was going through a souvenir tent, kind of looking at the Clash gear, and I'll put some of that video up right now. And then I was hanging out with actually the guys from Low Budget TV. Make sure that you log on to lowbudgettv.com, or lowbudget.tv, I should say. Sorry, guys. Tommy and Jeffrey, they call races out at Irwindale Speedway. Hey, guys, it's great seeing you today. And honestly, we were just hanging out, and all of a sudden, Tommy went, they should move it to today. And we knew that Denny Hamlin sent out the cryptic tweet. There were rumors circulating around 10, 11 local time. And then all of a sudden, at precisely 12:40 p.m., NASCAR sent an email. The race is tonight. And I was in the souvenir trailer. I screamed an expletive I'm not going to go ahead and scream because I don't want to get demonetized. And a bunch of people were like, what are you doing? What happened? What's going on? And I screamed out, ladies and gentlemen, NASCAR has moved up the LA Clash to tonight. Everybody was like, liar, source. And yeah, of course, I told them, came from NASCAR. It's official. Check your phones. And everybody pulled out their phones and checked their phones. It was totally a newsroom moment for me, honestly. It was very cool. That was just wild. I never thought NASCAR would do it. I'm really glad they did it, but it blew me away. It really did. And there were mixed reviews. I had a lot of friends who were literally at the airport with flights that were delayed that couldn't get here, flights that were supposed to take off tomorrow morning to get here for the race tomorrow night. So I get it, man. It wasn't ideal by any stretch of the imagination, but best case scenario, NASCAR, I think, made the right call, and kudos to NASCAR on that. As far as the race, because of this, we only really got the practice session and the qualifying session and no heat races that set the field, and a bunch of guys missed the race, unfortunately. Your DNQ list for the 2024 Busch Light Clash include Austin Cindric, Austin Dillon, Josh Berry, Kaz Gralla in the 15, Josh Williams in the 16, Chris Buescher in the 17, Christopher Bell, Harrison Burton, Daniel Hemrick, Eric Jones, Zane Smith in the 71, Carson Hocevar in the 77, and unfortunately Daniel Suarez in the 99. All unfortunately went home. We knew that was going to happen. We knew about half the field wasn't going to make the main. It is what it is, unfortunately. But I do think that NASCAR gave everybody the best opportunity possible to make this race. They allowed them to run multiple practice sessions with breaks in between for each group so that they could try things, change some things, get back out there, try it. And then they went and did the qualifying groups. And it was the most fair thing to do. They let out so few cars in those qualifying groups that I do think it was the best case scenario. I feel bad for the ones who came all the way out here and couldn't make the field, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We knew that that was going to happen. The thing that I will touch upon very briefly, just to get it out of the way, the fact that Machine Gun Kelly was supposed to be the mid-race break performer in this race, and initially NASCAR made the announcement, after they made the announcement the race was tonight, that, oh, by the way, he's coming tonight, he's going to be here for the mid-race break, we can't wait to have him, it's going to be great. And then during the race, I believe it was about 10 laps in or so, I was out here in the track, actually, so I didn't get the alert. We found out NASCAR put out a statement saying there is no race break. The concert's canceled, unfortunately, due to weather. Don't know if that's necessarily the thing. The rumors floating around where that Machine Gun Kelly just simply didn't want to do it tonight for whatever reason, and that's his option. It's his life. It's his performance. It's his fans. He could do what he wants. I felt bad for everybody here because we were kind of going around telling everybody, hey, free Machine Gun Kelly concert tonight in Los Angeles, come on down. And everybody was kind of looking forward to it. I was looking forward to seeing it in person. And it didn't happen, unfortunately. So let me tell you a very quick story about what happened to me. Very briefly, I'm obviously using a camera, and NASCAR doesn't allow tripods. So I was using what's known as a monopod, which is essentially just a pole that the camera's attached to on the end. But after the practice sessions and the qualifying sessions, I was coming back up to the media center. And when I did that, a part broke and the little metal screw broke off in the camera. I did not have a pair of pliers. I went to Cup Teams asking, do you guys have pliers anywhere? And apparently nobody had pliers near the track. They were all at the haulers, and nobody could run back and get me one. And I couldn't go back. They weren't going to let me run into a hauler, rightfully so. So I literally Ubered about 1.5 miles north of the track to a hardware store, picked up my plier, pulled the thing out, then Ubered back. It was not a fun scenario. It was about a $40 and I was not happy about it. But it was nice because I got to meet some nice Uber drivers, and I told them about the concerts tonight, and they were excited. A couple of them said that they might be coming down and bringing their friends, so that was pretty cool. And then I inevitably lied to them. I feel bad. But all of that happened about 45 minutes before the race actually started. I got back to the street that connects to the tunnel down here with about 5 minutes to spare, and I heard the engine start. I saw the flames and the fireworks going from outside the stadium, and I literally ran down the tunnel, through the tunnel, and got into the stadium down here at the pit right as cars were doing the pace laps. So I barely made it back to the stadium in time. But you know what? I got it done. So it was just a hectic moment for me personally. It was a whole lot of fun looking back on it, but very stressful. And let's talk about the race real quick. A lot of people were talking about Dennis Hamlin, the Netflix star, and the running joke in Victory Lane was, oh, the SAG-AFTRA actor's here, which is pretty funny. He should actually apply for his card at this point because, yeah, he's kind of probably going to do that, honestly. But I thought it was actually really good racing out here tonight. You look at Dennis Hamlin. He led 58 laps out here tonight, second to Ty Gibbs, who led 84 laps out here at the Coliseum. Ty Gibbs had a car, man. He, to me, last year in this race, in the heat races, displayed a lot of maturity and a lot of patience. And it kind of opened my eyes to Ty Gibbs maturing and getting better and not necessarily doing the wrong thing. And tonight, he showed me a lot of patience working through lap traffic. At one point, he had a 3.5-second lead, is what I think it got up to at one point, and then caught the tail end of the field, worked his way through the field, and Joey and everybody else caught him, and it was on from there. We only had 5 cautions. One of them was for the mid-race stage break. The first one was for the 38 car spinning on lap number 70, bringing out the caution. Then on lap 74, the 42 went for a spin, unfortunately. And then we went back racing for literally all lap, which confused us. And then we saw the break and nothing happened. It was very odd to us. Then the 4th caution when Bowman, the 45 of Rennick, and the 23 of Bubba Wallace all got into it in turn number 4 on lap 77. Then the final caution came out when the 34 and the 47 got into it in turn 2. Honestly, it set up for one heck of a finish. It really did. And maybe that was the good thing, because Ty was really pulling away. I thought he was going to get this one. I really did. And I feel bad for him. And to me, the conversation is going to be the Toyotas versus the Fords versus the Chevys all year long, with the new Toyota and Ford bodies, with the Ford Dark Horse Mustang and the new Toyota Camry body. I'll say this, the Camry in person looks so much sharper than it does on TV. It looks just super sharp, and it sticks out a lot. It honestly looks like you can cut yourself on the edges of that car, which is the opposite of what I thought it was going to be. I thought the Mustangs were going to have those sharp edges with the fenders. The fenders don't look as exaggerated in real life as they do in renderings in videos and stuff online. So clearly Toyota figured something out. But remember, when Ryan Blaney went to the Phoenix test a few weeks after he won the championship out at Phoenix, he had that new Mustang, and he said that it felt like he just loaded off the truck exactly the same that he did when he won the championship. There was no difference in the way that the car handled, according to Ryan Blaney. So I think Ford more or less doesn't have a whole lot of change coming their way. The thing that really surprised me in the first half of the clash tonight is the fact that so many cars had brake issues and glowing rotors very early, particularly the Fords. I witnessed so many Fords, and here's some footage of that, of just the glowing red was just so prominent early on. It was ridiculous. And then I started noticing the Toyotas with the same problem. And then around lap 60, 70, right around there, we really started seeing everybody kind of level out, but it was very evident in the Fords early on, very evident. And maybe that's a handful of drivers just pushing it really hard early on, trying to make their way through the field. That's the kind of sense I got, and that was what I was telling myself in the moment. But maybe there's an issue. I don't know. It was very interesting to me, and it was kind of downplayed on TV, but, I mean, they were so zoomed in. I'm amazed that they weren't able to catch that. So, I don't know. And, by the way, let me know in the comments, what did you think of the new Fox booth? How was the chemistry? I didn't get a chance to watch because I was here. The first time I'm going to get to watch is the 500. So, let me know in the comments, what did you think of Kevin Harvick's debut in the Fox booth? I'm very interested to see what people have to say about it. I'm sure, you know, Boyer's going to be Boyer, so we'll see. By the way, you had Kyle Busch finishing second and Ryan Blaney coming home third. I thought it was very cool that you had Ford, Toyota, Chevy all in the top 3 right there. The diversity, man, very cool. But at the same time, Blaney felt like he came out of nowhere. He started in the back and had to work his way forward, and that was very odd. He definitely took advantage of jumping to the outside on some of the restarts. But a Saturday night short track racing, man, I mean, this place just felt like old school Orange Show Speedway to me in San Bernardino, California. So I absolutely loved what we saw out here. I love that they did this and love the racing. But let me know what you think. How did you like the LA Clash in 2024? Let me know in the comments down below. And by the way, Daniel Suarez getting it done in the NASCAR Mexico race out here. He said that this victory is like a Cup Series victory to him, and I agree. The trophy, I saw it in person, just amazing. I cannot say enough about this trophy. It is massive. It is beautiful. I want one. It's better than the one that Denny Hamlin got out here tonight. I'm being serious. And To me, it was cool that Suarez got to race in the NASCAR Mexico Series after the Clash because he didn't get to race in the Clash. So it's not like he had an advantage. He could actually go out there on kind of a fresh slate like everybody else in the field, and they were getting after it, man. I love the fact that their front ends moved so much. That's old school racing to me. That's late model racing to me, and that's what Saturday night short track racing is, and they put on a hell of a show. It was a massive deal for them to come out here. You think, oh, the NASCAR Mexico Series, they're just like the Cup Series, but in Mexico. Kind of, sort of, not really, because the Cup Series, you have 50, 100, 200 employees for some of these race organizations. In the NASCAR Mexico Series, if you have 20 people working on your car, that's a Hendrick Motorsports organization for the NASCAR Mexico Series. It's very grassroots level racing in the NASCAR Mexico Series, and I'm here for it, man. They went out there and put on a hell of a show. Arguably, I'd say maybe it was a little bit better than the Cup Series because of how much the cars were moving all over the place. Very similar to what I would think that an Xfinity car would race like out here at the Coliseum. So let me know what you think. If you were able to watch the NASCAR Mexico Series, let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. Daniel Suarez getting the victory out here. Daniel Suarez is like the Kyle Larson of Mexico as far as driver talent, and that's what people in Mexico attribute him to. Even Suarez said he didn't think that he had the dominant car, but he was the consistent long-run guy, and even though we got some restarts right there at the very end, and we had a shootout with less than 10 to go, he was able to hold everybody off, get away, and stay away, and kudos to him. Congratulations to Daniel Suarez for getting the victory. Massive victory for him personally. Like we said in the preview show, he's on the hot seat this year. Maybe this kicks off a great 2024 season for him in the Cup Series. Maybe he's going to go out and rattle off a couple victories in the Cup Series. He definitely needs it, and I'm hoping that he's able to do that. Oh, it's going to be weird, man. As a NASCAR fan in Southern California, I haven't been having a great couple years because we lost Auto Club Speedway Fontana, the 2-mile conversion last year. I had to say goodbye to that track. And I just now realized effectively I could be saying goodbye, we could be saying goodbye to this racetrack in the LA Coliseum right now. Damn, 2 years in a row, I'm standing in the cold, in the rain, saying goodbye to a really good racetrack in the Los Angeles area. For completely different reasons, I'm not loving it, but help me feel a little bit better. Mash that subscribe button so that you come back for the next video. Give us a thumbs up, and make sure that you log on to arnrace.com for the latest motorsports news. ARN, the Motorsports Authority. I want to thank you so much for watching from the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum in Los Angeles, California. I'm Alan Bailey. We'll see you at the track.